Hey everybody, it's Ashley, your Norwex independent consultant, and I just wanted to make a little video all about our coveted mop. So this mop is by far probably like the prized possession of anyone that has Norwex products. I had him-hawed around and looked at it for well over a year because I just wasn't sure I was ready to spend the cash on it. Ended up hosting a party and got it for free and wished I had bought it years and years ago. I have kind of a distressed dark wood kitchen floor. This is the wood that's in a good portion of our house, main entrance and in the kitchen. And I have a love-hate relationship with it because I love the way that it looks, but you can tell there's a lot of natural light coming in from this direction. We've got huge windows in our living room, and so that light comes in here. And so it's always showing everything. And so I had gone through multiple types of mops, steamers, other type of floor cleaning mechanisms, and just wasn't happy. And I love the Norwex mop because it just makes life so much easier. So I wanted to show you a couple of the amazing features about the mop. The first part is that this top part here is a silicone ball, and it actually has a purpose other than just holding on to it. You can use the silicone ball to get scuff marks off of your baseboards, off the side of your cabinets, depending on what kind of table you have. And so that is really awesome way to use that for. The other thing is it's got this ring. The purpose of this ring is actually to help with storing the mop. I keep a mop and my rubber broom, which I'll show you in a minute, in my pantry upstairs. I also keep a mop downstairs in my basement, actually in the storage area, so I can quickly grab it and clean the basement areas that need mopping. But this, you could hang a hook and hang this up if you didn't want it to be on the ground. So that's another little cool feature about this. So we talk a lot about the telescopic mop handle, and basically what that means is this is easy to twist and it can get taller or shorter. And so it's recommended that you lock it in place right about shoulder to chin height. And so that's usually where I keep mine. But like if the kids want to help and I can lower it down, if my husband wants to do it and he wants it taller, we can make it bigger. I actually have the really awesome spray mop attachment on here. Depending on when you're seeing this video, this little guy goes out of stock often because it's brand new for 2022. And so I'll talk a little bit about it, but currently in early April of 2022, if you're seeing this, this mop is, or the spray mop attachment is currently out of stock right now, unfortunately. One of the really cool features about the bottom part of this mop, the base, this right here easily comes off. So you would just squeeze these two things. This part pops right off. See if I can do this one-handed. Actually, you know what? Let me grab. I'll show you on the rubber broom part just so I don't spill water everywhere. So easily pops off. So you can attach the rubber broom attachment to it. You can put your Enviro wand on here. If you've got the small handheld system, all of this is interchangeable, which is really awesome. So like if I'm wanting to clean the fan in my living room that's really tall without having to get on a stool, I could pop my Enviro wand on here, bend it over, and hoist this up, and I'd be able to clean it without any problems. So that is one really cool feature, is how interchangeable so many of these mop products are. We talk a lot about MOPTIONS, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So for the main base part here, you can see it is going to, it can swivel all different directions around, or you can lock it in place and it's not going to go side to side. It's only going to go back and forth. So when would you put it in lock mode? If you are cleaning tall windows, you don't want it to be all wobbling all around doing figure eights. You want it to just go up and down to clean a tall window. And so you would lock it in place. The bottom part of our base, and this is the large base mop. So the smaller one ends about like right here. So it's like from here to here, a little bigger than like my hand, this to here. But these two areas right here are what stick to our mop pads. So what mop pad options do you have? I have got 5 of them right here. And then I already kind of gave you a sneak peek of the rubber broom. So let's talk about mop pads. This is the Nordic natural color, so it's gonna come in kind of like a rosy, dusty rose gold color. But there's also the new graphite one is all gray. So if you're really worried about matchy-matchy with your mop, you can do that as well. This is the dry mop pad. This is very, very fluffy and very, very staticky, and that is the point of this. Once you get them, so you don't forget, on your tag here, it's gonna say floor dry. And it's got the hanging clip. I actually keep mine on a swivel hanger in my laundry room, and so I can just spin it and grab whatever mop pad I need. But this is gonna be very similar to your dust mitt. So it's very sticky microfiber, very plush, causes a lot of static. And the point of that is that when you've got this on the floor and you're going in a figure 8 motion, which we recommend, it's gonna draw in the dirt, the crumbs from your kitchen floor, the hair, the pet fur, whatever it is on your floor. It's gonna help static cling to this. And then what you do is you would pull this off your mop, and you can either toss it in the washing machine and wash it, or if you're wanting to just be done really quickly and reuse, you can take the rubber broom or rubber brush attachment, and you can go like this right down into your trash can or find a place on your floor, and it's gonna help pull all of that right off of there. So this is the dry one, meant to be used dry. The second mop pad option we've got here is wet. So this is gonna tell you damp and wet, same situation. This one hangs. The wet mop pad actually has backlock in it. So as for those of you who are new and not really sure what backlock means, that's the antimicrobial silver agent that's woven within the microfibers to help self-purify these cloths as they dry. This one's meant to be used wet. So you can run it under some water, put it easily down onto your mop attachment, and go to town with mopping. So when I'm cleaning up my kitchen mess, I usually will take either my chenille or my dry, get all my crumbs picked up, wet this, toss this down, and go back behind and mop, and it's easy to go. So third mop pad option is the window cloth. And this one is exactly what it's called, and that is the window cloth material. So I'll show it up close. It is once again going to tell you exactly what it is, window, and this is for windows. As simple as that. So if you're wanting to clean tall windows, or you've got a lot of windows and you want to have a bigger surface area, you can take your wet mop pad, wet it down, come back behind it, and use this to shine just like you would your window pad, dry and shine. So that's the window one. The fourth one, and I love this one, mine's actually still a little bit damp from last night, is the tile one. So this is exactly the same material, this aqua part, as the wet mop pad, but it's got these extra little bristly, scrubby chevron pattern woven in it. And it's called the tile mop pad, or ceramic tile, because it's gonna help give a little bit of extra oomph. Not to mention that these scrubbies can get in between the tiles by the grout and help, if you've got hairspray or something stuck in the bathroom, it's gonna help get that off. But it doesn't have to just be used on tile. This is really soft, it's not gonna scratch anything. I actually use this a lot in my kitchen when I'm done because, the kids spill something, I knock over something, you've got that stickiness. This is gonna give that extra scrubby power that you need for mopping and cleaning up a mess. So this is the tile mop pad. And the next one here is the chenille. So this is gonna be those little chenille fingers, super soft, really grabby, lots of static. It's gonna say floor dry because it's meant to be used dry. This is gonna be very similar to your Enviro wand. So it's got those little nubs. I love, love, love this one for my kitchen because all the crumbs from breakfast, toast, whatever it is you're eating on the floor are gonna get stuck in this. I can easily take my rubber brush and clean it out. Actually, you can see some dust flying out of it because I just used it last night and didn't clean it yet, and it's ready to go again. So I know pet lovers really especially love the chenille one because it just helps grab onto that pet fur a little bit stronger than the traditional dry one. And so that is that. So I wanted to kind of demo the mop really fast as well. But before I do that, let's talk about the spray mop attachment. This is brand new in 2022. You fill this little reservoir right here, it pops out, lid comes off, you fill it with water, put the lid back on, push it back in there. So without wanting to spray water everywhere, What you're gonna do is put this at a 90, like straight up and down, 90-degree angle with your floor. It does work a little bit better if you just barely tilt it forward, and you're just gonna press down on this. What this does is spray some water out right here. So its ability to spray goes about, I say about 16 inches out, and it spans about the width of this large mop pad base. And so this comes in really handy if you've got a really large area. Instead of having to rip your mop pad off when it starts getting too dry, go and rinsing it and then putting it back on and going, you can just give a couple of squirts, squirt, squirt, and you've got some water on the ground. Microfiber, remember, all Norwex needs is a little bit of microfiber and water, and you're gonna remove 99% of bacteria from your floors. No chemicals needed. So what you're gonna do is, I always just toss my mop pad, whatever one I'm gonna use, on the ground. You're gonna take this and line it up, and look, it sticks. That Velcro goes to work. So like I mentioned earlier, it's recommended that you go in a figure-8 pattern, because that's gonna help create some static, and you'll start to feel your mop kind of clinging to your floor. And that's exactly what you want it to do, because it's gonna help attract dirt, dust, crumbs, bacteria to your mop pad. And then a lot of it is gonna actually be stuck right on that pad. But I always take this one and kind of shake it in one little area. I've got a little handheld vacuum that I can go any extra crumbs that don't stick to it. It's easy as ripping that off. And like I said, I can take my rubber brush, open my trash can right here, and I can just put that crumbs and hair and dirt and grime all down into my trash can, hang this up, and it's ready to go. If you don't have the rubber or the spray mop attachment, like I said, depending on when you're seeing this, early April of 2022, it's still sold out, supposed to be restocking sometime this month. You can just take a water bottle, a spray bottle, and spritz, or you can always just rip off your wet mop pad, go run it under some water and get it wet again. So all of them are really great options. One thing that people really talk about loving about this is how lightweight it is. So if you've got an elderly grandma or someone that's just had some sort of surgery and isn't supposed to be lifting, they don't have any cords, all they need is this really lightweight mop and some water, and they can clean their floors. So new at the end of last year was the rubber broom attachment. So this is very similar to the rubber brush. As you can tell, it's about 2.5 of them. And then on the other side, I'll show you up close here, there is a squeegee right here. So just the other day, I accidentally dropped an entire cup of liquid in my garage, and I went and grabbed this, and I was able to squeegee it all out, and then I tossed some water down and re-squeegeed, and it was ready to go. So this side right here is gonna be perfect. It's got those rubber bristles. So pet lovers love the rubber brush, rubber broom. Goodness, I can't talk, because it's going to pick up hair, fur, that kind of stuff. Great for cleaning your rugs off, like especially the entry mats. All you have to do is go in one little direction like this, and it's going to help clean carpets. I actually use this a lot in my kitchen. Usually in the kitchen, I actually use the squeegee side because my floor is pretty flat. I don't have any grooves in our wood floor. And so I'm able to just go like this and bring all the crumbs into one area, and then I can vacuum it. When the kids get out kinetic sand or Play-Doh and it's all over the ground, I take the squeegee side and just make a little pile of it right into one area, and then I can clean it up. So this is the Norwex mop. And if you have any questions, as always, just let me know. Thanks, guys.